Dance Arts of Columbia provides fitness fun for everyone from 3 years old to adult. Dance Arts is a good environment where the friendly staff makes you feel comfortable. Dance Arts feels that dance is an art form that you can experience firsthand by learning tap, jazz, modern, musical theater, lyrical, and ballet. Dance Arts urges you to enjoy a sense of accomplishment while getting fit and having fun. For class information, call 875-1569. Dance Arts of Columbia, serving Columbia since 1979.
Welcome to Radio Friends on Monday, January the 4th. It's good to have you with us today. We're going to talk about two separate topics, saving our sight and also food safety. But let's start, first of all, with TAMARA OBERBECK. Welcome to Radio Friends, TAMARA.
Thank you, Paul, and thank you for having us on again.
It's a pleasure. You know, Saving Sight is an organization that's been around since, what, 1960 in Cuba?
1960, yes. And we started in 1960 as a nonprofit, and our mission is to change lives by saving sight.
So how do you do that?
Well, we do that several different ways. One is free vision screening for children and for adults with our Healthy Vision Screening. We also do recycling of eyeglasses for the needy. And of course, the most important component, or a very important component, is the tissue donation for corneal transplants.
Yeah. Now, we'll go into that more in detail in a future program. But this is something, as far as donating your cornea, that everybody can do.
Yes,
right?
Everybody can do this.
Is it something you put on your driver's license?
Yes. If it's on your driver's license that you want to be an organ donor, then you absolutely can donate your corneas.
Okay. What about the free vision test for people?
So January is Glaucoma Awareness Month, and we're here today because we want to promote free glaucoma screening at our home office in Columbia every Friday throughout the month of January. So when you come in, we will screen you, ask you questions. For example, if you are at risk for glaucoma, people over the age of 60, anybody over the age of 60 is at risk for glaucoma.
What is glaucoma?
Well, glaucoma is a disease that affects the optic nerve. The pressure builds up in the eye, the pressure then is extended to the optic nerve, and that optic nerve, those cells begin to die, and you start to lose your vision peripherally. There is no pain involved, and people seldom realize that they have it until they've lost significant peripheral vision. And then it's too late because we cannot restore that vision.
Now, when you were checked for glaucoma, that's when they do the little puff in your eye?
Yes. It's
what are they looking for when they do that?
So when we take that air puff in the eye, it's a measurement of how tense the eye is. The pressure has to be between certain numbers, 18 and 22. And if it's too high, that puff of air will ricochet off and give us a higher reading.
So what do you do if you're diagnosed with glaucoma?
Well, if you're diagnosed with glaucoma, if you're screened for glaucoma and you have any of the risk factors, the age group, the race, family history, or the pressure's high, we encourage you to go to your eye doctor and have a comprehensive dilated eye exam. If that happens and you have glaucoma, it's very easily treated with eye drops.
Okay. All right. If people want more information about your organization and the free eye screening, what do they do?
They can call our number at 573-777-8514.
Okay.
Also saving-sight.org. And our office is right behind the Women and Children's Hospital at 404 Portland.
Okay.
And they can come in any Friday between 10 and 2 and have a free screening done.
Now, only during the month of January?
Just during the month of January.
Okay. All right. Tamara, thank you so much.
Thank you, Paul.
And please come back again and we'll talk about the
corneal transplants.
Okay?
Yes.
Now, I want to introduce you to Dan Schneiderjohn. Welcome, Dan.
Hi, Paul. Long-time listener.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. We appreciate that. Talking about food safety, and my friend Joe Manhart suggested to me that I had to have you on Radio Friends because you are an expert on food safety. What is the message you want to get across today about that?
Well, I would like to promote food safety at home. If we could reduce foodborne illness by just 10%, that would mean 5 million less Americans get sick each year.
So what is the biggest mistake that we make at home with food safety?
Well, number one thing is people do not wash their hands often enough. So there are a few times when you want to be sure to wash your hands. One, before you start preparing food. Two, after you've used the bathroom. And three, anytime you've touched anything that has contaminated your hands, such as raw meat or chemicals, or you've shaken somebody's hand or touched your eyes or face.
You want to wash your hands again.
Yes.
Now, everything you're telling me is common sense.
Absolutely.
It's common sense. But sometimes it's easy to forget, or if you're in a hurry, it's easy to say, oh, well, I'll be okay with this, and not wash your hands.
This is actually the number one risk factor for foodborne illness.
It's not washing your hands.
Correct.
What about leaving hot food out too long and it starts getting at room temperature?
Well, I'd encourage people, if you're having a Super Bowl party or having people over, you want to keep the food hot by using a crock pot or keeping it on low or warm on the stove. Mm-hmm. If you're going to leave it out, you've got 4 hours to get it cold. So you could leave it out for a couple hours and then get it in the fridge.
So 4 hours is pretty much the max for leaving hot food out.
Correct.
If you're having a pizza party and you order a pizza and you pick it up, you're telling me then that pizza can sit out on the table or in the coffee table for 4 hours and you can still munch on it before you're going to get sick?
Correct.
Even though it has the cheese? And
4 hours, and then you have to discard it. If you're gonna try and save it, if you're gonna try and put it in the fridge, I would get it in the fridge, within an hour or two. Mm-hmm. But it depends on the food. Real thin foods like pizza get cold in the fridge pretty fast. If it's a big piece of meat like a turkey or chicken, that's going to take a long time to get cold. So you want to cut it up into smaller pieces and lay it out flat.
Okay, we've got about a minute left. I wanted to ask you about the used buy dates or best buy dates. Mm-hmm. Are those something that we need to really stick to, or is there a little bit of leeway when you see a best buy or a used buy?
Well, those dates are put on there by the manufacturer. They want you to have a good experience with their product. So in almost all cases, they're a date that represents freshness or quality. So they want you to use it by that date. There's a few exceptions. If you're eating deli meats or you've got bagged spinach or cut melons, those things you want to use within 7 days. So
once you've opened, if you got bagged spinach, once you've opened it up,
you
want to use it within 7 days.
Correct.
Okay. Obviously, there's a lot more to talk about, Dan, and I want you to come back again, and we'll go more into detail.
Absolutely, Paul.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. And you wanted to mention who you work for.
Yeah, I work for Columbia Boone County Department of Public Health and Human Services. Okay. And if you have more questions, you can call us at 874-7346.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dan Schneiderjohn. We're out of time for today. Tomorrow, the Phoenix Health Program, our topic. If there's something you'd like to hear or see, I'd love to hear from you. Drop me an email, pepperp@missouri.edu.